morning, Nigeria, and welcome to AT&T 360 Radio. My name is Joyce Michaels, and I'm going to be your host for the morning. And today, we're having a leader whose influence truly spans borders and communities. Welcome, sir. We're so glad to have you in the studio with us this morning. So I know you as the district governor of the Lions Club. Do you mind introducing yourself?
So my name is Lion, pharmacist Adebowale Afolayan. I'm the district governor of Lions International District 404B for Nigeria.
Oh, that's quite interesting. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. So I do have a few questions for you, sir. So the first question is, you served both at home and interacted with Lions internationally. So how do you adapt to the Lions culture across different boards? And with what is the essence of this cultural shift?
Okay, so to answer your question, I may have to take you through the ropes. So Lions Club International is an organization that is dedicated to changing the world. We change the world, a community at a time, a service at a time, and a relationship at a time. So the whole essence of Lions International started when a young man saw a need in his community in downtown Chicago back then in 1917. And whenever he met with his friends who were members of the Business Club of Chicago, he thought they could do more than just come in the evening to hang out and have fun. And he was able to inspire them to form another group that was solely responsible for taking care of those that needed more help in the community. And that was the birth of Lions International in Chicago. There was a lot of work put into it in 1917, and by 1921, the movement expanded to Canada,
Okay.
and that was when Lions Club became international,
Oh,
crossing borders. And the journey has gone on since then. And for Nigeria in 1964, another distinguished citizen of this country, who was first in many departments. He was the first chartered accountant in Nigeria. He was the first president of the Music Society of Nigeria. And he was also the first lion to come into Nigeria. That is the late Akintola Williams. He brought the news of service to Nigeria in 1964 with a club then in Lagos. Now, as I speak, the single club that was started in Chicago has grown to 50,000 clubs in over 200 countries around the world. The one club that started in Lagos in 1964 has grown to over 500 clubs in Nigeria.
wow.
And the vision of one man that started in 1917 has found space in the heart of 1.4 million people.
Wow, amazing.
Right? So that movement is global in nature. We have our code of ethics, we have our purpose clearly defined, and our mission is clearly defined. So it wasn't difficult balancing the culture, balancing the goals as a global organization for me.
Wow, that is very interesting. Thank you so much for taking us through that lineup. So, as a big shot, serving in such a prestigious club like the Lions Club, what are the advantages of leading at a district level?
Okay, so just as I said, that Lions Club International has a goal to change the world. A community, a service, or relationship at a time. The same way, I think every human being that is born on earth is supposed to be a change agent. So whenever you see change, for me, it is spearheaded by leadership. So leadership, primarily in my view, which is one of the core of Lions International, is influencing people to make them better versions of themselves. When you make them better versions of themselves, they have the opportunity to create the world around them and make the world around them a better version of whatever it is. So for me, I started this journey of change or this journey of leadership. Right from the whenever I could remember, as far back in primary school, we served in the Boy Scouts, in church, I was in the Royal Ambassadors. When I got to secondary school, it wasn't difficult. I served my house as a house captain. When I got to university, serving or creating change wasn't difficult. Despite the fact that I studied pharmacy,
Okay.
I still had time to create change, even in sports. I would always take time to go around, play, and make my contribution. So the essence of leadership is to live beyond yourself. So if you look into your life and you can't see anything that you do that you don't directly benefit from, then you haven't started leadership yet. So back then in university, I also remember that back in the days when we didn't have the cable satellites like CNN and all that, having access to live football matches was a challenge then back in 1997. So I remember then I and my friend had a viewing center where we used to go borrow the best version of satellite we could get then, ABJ's satellites. And then we transmit it for everybody to see. So it was fun. So when I graduated from ABU, I lost contact with this my friend. Now 8 years later, I ran into him again in Lagos, and he was a member of Lions International.
Wow.
So he told me that we could repeat some of the things we used to do in school, and that was the invitation for me to join Lions Club. So by the time I came in, I saw
as at the time you were not a member.
As at that time,
Yeah.
This is 2007. So by 2007, I started observing what happened, and by 2009, I was a full member. I became a full member of Lions International. So you can count the years 2009 to 2019 is 10 years. 2019 to 2026, how many years?
16 years.
So almost 2 decades.
Yeah.
Creating change. So creating change and making the world better for me is leadership.
Yes.
So I have learnt the ropes, and I don't think it's difficult to do. It just comes naturally. Yeah. So basically that's it.
I mean, looking at the fact that you started from when you were a child, from primary school to secondary school, so of course it was easy for you to just adapt, right? So I think Lions Club, I would say, was just built for you, right? Because it's encompassed with everything that you have been doing, as a child growing up. So now that brings me to my next question. So how often does this cultural exchange actually foster migration or long-term movement amongst the members of the Lions Club?
So the vision of Lions Club International, or the mission of Lions Club International, is to empower volunteers around the world. For them to create change in their communities, promote international understanding and peace, and carry out humanitarian works to make the world better. Now, because we're a global organization, we have statutory structures that ensure that that global element is not lost. So when you decide to become a member of Lions International, you're actually signing up to become a global volunteer. I tell people in your different community, you do some kind of volunteer work. Maybe in church, maybe in your parapor, or in the mosque, you do some volunteer work. But when you join Lions Club, you step up again to become global. Now, when I say global, we have a system or a family that is 1.4 million strong and scattered over 200 countries and geographical regions in the world. So from Canada to Rio de Janeiro in Brazil, to Dubai, to Europe, to Australia, to China, to Africa, there is a Lions Club somewhere there. Now, when you become a member of a club, you've joined a network, because a club is a unit of a zone is a unit of a region is a unit of a district. A district is a unit of a multiple district. A multiple district is a unit of an area. Then an area is a unit of the globe. So I will take myself, for example. I am a member of Otta Diamond Lions Club. Otta Diamond Lions Club is a unit of Zone 9A. Zone 9A is a unit of Region 9. Region 9 is a unit of District 404, where I serve as governor.
Okay.
District 404 is a unit of Multiple District 404 Nigeria. Multiple District 404 Nigeria is a unit of Area Africa. Area Africa is a unit of Lions International. So, Lions International has 8 areas: North Americas, South Asia, Europe, Australia, and Scattered. So, Africa is a unit with about 40 something countries under the area, right? Now, one of the multiple districts under that area is Multiple District 404 Nigeria, which has 6 districts. So I serve as governor in one of the districts, and it goes down that way. Now, the beauty of it is that all these units I've mentioned meet at least once in a year.
Wow.
So there's a time that all lions must come together somewhere in the world. Last year, we were in Orlando, Florida, for the 107th International Convention.
Interesting.
By July 3rd, we're going to be assembling in Hong Kong for the 108th International Convention. Now, for Africa, which is the area that we are, in November, we were in the city of 1,000 Hills, which is Rwanda, for the Africa Assembly, right? As I speak to you, the multiple district assembly or convention will be taking place in Asaba in May. But before then, the district convention for District 404 will be taking place in Otta in just 2 weeks' time, right?
Okay.
The regions and the zones have their own assembly. So, joining Lions Club International, you automatically sign up for global assemblies. So every year, you have the opportunity to fellowship, because these are statutory things that we do. When we meet, whether at global level for the international convention, at Africa Forum, at the multiple district convention or the district conventions, we come to share ideas. We share experiences. We celebrate our successes. You understand? And that is how it has been going for the past 180 years that we've been around.
108.
Yes. If you do 1917 to date, I was going to give you the figure.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. So now I have a very one simple question to ask.
Absolutely.
So now, is it the members of the club that sponsors these conventions, or do you get sponsorships from, other bodies?
Okay, so Lions Club International is the most structured system that I've come across. We're a non-profit organization, but if we were to be a for-profit organization, we're going to rank among the blue chip companies, because the structure is clear and is defined. So conventions are organized by the Lions Club International, right? And that is possible because every member of Lions Club, everywhere in the world, pays a token to the global boss.
Okay.
You understand?
It's mandatory.
It's mandatory. You pay annually. You understand? Now, but to travel and your hotel expenses, you take care of that.
Okay.
Anywhere you want to go to. But the organization of the events, payment for the venues, the speakers, and some of the statutory things will be done by Lions International. But carrying yourself to the place
Yeah.
is your responsibility.
But at least somehow you get to share like a part of what is happening
Yes.
in the event with your finances.
So I hope I've been
Yeah.
able to answer that.
Thank you so much. So how long have you been leading in this capacity as a district governor?
So that question again points to one of the statutory promises of Lions International.
Okay.
Lions International, apart from serving and changing the world, believes in building leaders. So we have a structure that in every office of leadership that you occupy, you can only occupy it for 1 year.
Interesting.
Only 1 year. After 1 year, you have to step forward for another person to occupy.
Oh.
But we have very, very efficient succession systems.
Wow.
So I assumed office as governor on July 1, 2025, and I'm going to exit that office on June 30, 2026. It's clearly structured. Now, the beauty of it is that before I assumed the office as governor on July 1, 2025, I had served under 2 governors as proteges, and they served as mentors to me.
Okay.
So I served initially as the second vice governor under the then district governor, Lion Samson Akoduni, for 1 year. Then I served as first vice district governor under district governor Taiwo Oladayo Fatoki for another 1 year. And that equipped me for the succession process for me to take over.
Yeah.
You also would not assume office as governor until you have completed the statutory trainings that have been set for governors. There is a global training for all governors. So I may also want to let you know that we have currently about 750 governors around the world.
And all of them are trained?
All of them are trained. In fact, there's part of the training where you have to go to our training center in the United States for 1 week.
Wow.
Before you come back and come and lead whichever district that you want to lead as governor.
Wow. Yeah. Wow. That is impressive. Well done. So now looking back at your administration, what can you say has actually changed? And now as we enter into the new year, what should we be looking to expect from you?
Okay, so for Lions Club International, our new year starts July 1 and ends June 30. So as I speak to you, I'm like halfway done. So there's quite some success stories. When we came on board, we had our strategic plans clearly defined. And we created a framework that we're going to work with, which we christened the GEEK agenda. So the GEEK agenda is the acronym of the framework and the energy we wanted to work with. GEEK. So the G stands for generational and global best practices. The E stands for energy and excitement. The other E stands for empowerment, and the K for knowledge. So we had plans to deploy generational best practices because we have lions that have served decades, who have served as governor 20 years ago, who have served as governor 10 years ago, who are in the system. They are not as strong as they used to be many years back, but they have the experience. So part of our plan was to deploy the experience and marry it with the energy of the younger generation. You know, the Gen Zs, and all that, they got a lot of energy.
Yes.
The Google generation. So we thought fusing the generational experience with the younger generation will give us a creative synthesis that will give us an outstanding. So that's what the G did. So we also believe that if you keep doing something routinely and there's no innovation or excitement with it, you get bored.
Yes.
So we set out to bring in excitement into whatever we wanted to do this year. Then we also believe that because we work so hard and sometimes we tend to forget to take care of the egg that lays, the chicken that lays the golden egg, we thought that having an empowerment system that will protect or take care of the lions too was important. Then knowledge. things change very fast. So that was our driving force. And what it came out with was that we had everyone in their different clubs carry out creative service projects. This year we've had reading action programs. So for the reading action program, we try to promote literacy because the data we have about people who don't know how to read is still very bad. So we try to get younger generation to begin to adopt reading culture with some of those processes. We donated books, we built libraries, we renovated some libraries in different communities for the reading action. We also have carried out health and wellness projects. We've carried out support for children living with cancer. We've also provided support for those with vision challenges, cataract surgeries. And we've also carried out screening exercises, providing medication and eyeglasses for those that need. Because data shows that some significant percentage of people who go blind didn't have to go blind. It was just someone who didn't take care of their eyes before it happened. So pediatric cancer, vision, then diabetes care. Every 7 seconds, somewhere in the world, someone will be dying as a result of complications of diabetes, somewhere in the world. Sadly, 70% of the people that will die are in low-income countries, and Nigeria happens to be one of them. So just getting to know your status and knowing what to do could save you from needless blindness, diabetic neuropathy, end organ damage, either through vision or even heart failure. You understand? So we've done that in our different communities, and we fed the hungry, or we've tried to relieve hunger in some of our communities, from Badagry to Amuwo to Alimosho to Ota, Ibadan, and Abeokuta. We've done our little best to relieve hunger, and so far we've been able to achieve that. So the second half, we're looking to do more, and so far it's been so good.
Wow, that is quite interesting. I'm particularly excited about the fact that you guys are looking to incorporate new innovations, right? You're trying to bring the old and the new to mix them together and have something more beautiful. Just like you said, when we do not have a routine, it might be boring, right? So yeah, it makes the whole journey feel beautiful at the end of the day. So now, to my last question, let's say somebody decides to feel like there is a lion staying inside of them. They want to be part of what you people are already doing. Right? What word would you say to that person? What do you have to say to someone like that?
Can you please?
Okay, so somebody wants or feels like being a part of the Lions Club. What message can you send across to such person?
Okay, so Lions Club International has a goal that wherever there is a need, there should be a lion to meet that need. And I always like to tell people, when you hear lion, you don't have to go far. The lions that we have is just an acronym for loving individuals offering needed service. L for loving, I for individuals, O for offering, N for needed, and S for service. So that is the acronym that forms the Lions. Yes, we have the Lion's head, but basically we're offering needed service, and we need more hands, right? So we have our website, lionsclubs.org. If you log into that website, there is a button on the top right, which is the club locator. If you click on it, and your location is on your phone or your device, it's going to show you Lions Club around you. If you don't, we usually advocate that our clubs have signature landmarks in their different communities with contacts of people they will speak to. When you call those numbers, they're going to attend to you. But what I usually like people to know is that becoming a Lions Club member has some requirements. One, you must have a kind heart. You must be able to live beyond self. You must be a good citizen of a community. We don't allow criminals into organization, right? Then you must have the capacity to respect rules and or governing documents of organization. So we have our rules. Then you should be relatively buoyant to part with the equivalent of a bottle of Coke every day. So when I say bottle of Coke, it's about 500 naira, isn't it? So 500 naira for a month is how much?
That's about 30.
15,000.
15,000. Yeah.
So if you do 15,000 times 12 months, how much does it come to? 10 months is 150,000, isn't it? Plus another 30, 180,000. Equivalent of about $1,000, $100. You should be able to part with that in a year to be a member of Lions Club. But when you tell you it's a bottle of Coke, it makes more sense. When you say $100, people get scared.
It looks like an ambiguous amount.
Well, a bottle of Coke is just think of forgetting a bottle of Coke every day.
So is there like an age range to?
Okay, so for the age range, that's beautiful. So maybe if my father was a lion, I should have been a lion early. So we have what we call Leos.
Okay.
So, and we have cubs. So you know when you say a lion has a baby that is a Leo.
Yeah.
Then there are the cubs that are the babies. So for children below 8 years, they are cubs.
Those are children from the members of the.
So it's easier to sell service to your members.
Yeah.
But we also have very stringent conditions. If you choose to, you see, because the goal is to teach people to live for others. That is what we do. So when you have one suite or you have two suites, you may want to teach a child that if you have two, one is okay for you. One could be for your friend.
Yeah.
So for children at that age, even in school, we will have cub clubs. We call them cub clubs.
Oh.
But we take it with the consent of their parents. There are forms that the parents must sign before we even teach them those values.
Was this like recently?
No, it's been everywhere in the world, but Africa is just jumping on the cub level. But we've been relatively active on the Leo level. So there's the Alpha Leo level from 8 to 12 years, right? Then there's the Omega Leo. No, Alpha Leo is 12 to 18.
Okay.
Then Omega Leo is from 18 to 30. Then Lions start from 30 and above.
Oh.
You understand?
Yeah.
So we believe volunteering and making the world better is everybody's work. So wherever we have the chance to begin to teach you, we're always excited to do it. So you could have a Cub club, you could have an Omega Leo club, we could have an Alpha Leo club, then we could have a full Lions club. Yes. So we have all that in our structure. So it's a big work we have to do.
Wow,
Yes.
that is so immense. Thank you so much, District Governor. We have come to the end of this interview. You know, you've made us understand that leadership is not measured by how loud it sounds, but how far the impact travels. I mean, from what you have been doing right from when you were a child until when you joined the Lions group, right? You have created impact across borders by serving in your community, and that is so beautiful. Thank you so much. Thank you for reminding us that Lions is not just a club, but a calling. Thank you. We have learned a lot by just listening to you, talking about how much you have served and how much impact that you have created across the world. And for you listeners, my name is Joyce Michaels. I have been your host for the morning. Until we see you again, this is AT&T 360.